What's going on, everybody? It is Uturn Crowbat here, and you are watching Uturn Central. Now, before we get started, please make sure you go into that description, make sure you click on the links for those Pokemon groups, make sure you show Poketown some Uturn love, and make sure you hit up the newest group of them all, Conquest League. Now, make sure you show them some Uturn love, they'll absolutely appreciate that. Now, I am bringing you another Wi-Fi battle against Prince Ryan. Now, he is bringing his Espeon, Greninja, his Gardevoir, Melodic, his Haxorus, I do believe that's his name, Haxorus, and Meganium, while I am bringing my Sharpedo, Snorlax, Bronzong, Clefable, Raticate, and Vivillon. So let's get right into it. Now, this was a rather fun battle, if I do say so myself, because it was against a friend of mine, and plus, I was bringing a relatively new team. Because I have this team and I have a separate team that I'm kind of switching in and out because I want to try to figure out which one's better. So he goes into his Hannah while I go out into my speed boost Sharpedo there, my Sharknado. Now I did not really predict well, so I end up bringing my Bronzong out. Luckily it does not get those seeds up because I do miss them, but it is rather unfortunate for me because he is able to get them back up on me. So I do end up throwing my rocks out on there because I don't want his team not getting affected by that because I am going to need that rock advantage. So while he does get that Leech Seed recovery on me, I'm thinking I can take any of his attacks from any of these pokes. So I go out in my Earthquake meant for his Hannah, and it gets his Greninja instead. Boy, that did enough. That did quite a lot. I mean, it's not tons, but I mean, it's more than what I wanted, and it made me pretty happy. Now, unfortunately, his Greninja gets that Leech Seed recovery. So with that being said, I got to switch out. And I go out into my Speed Boost Sharknado because I'm thinking maybe I can try to get a crunch off on this guy. So he ends up hitting me with a Night Slash, and is pretty bad for me, leaving me at about 53 HP, and that's not what I want at all. It was a crit, however, so I'm wondering how much I would have lived by if it was not a crit. So I switch out and I go into my Clefable because I want to try and get that Dazzling Gleam off. Now, he does hit me with the Water Shuriken. I'm not really I guess it would have taken my Speed Boost Sharknado out because, well, Sharknado is pretty frail, and even though it might just resist water, with Sharknado being that low, I think the Water Shuriken would have taken it out. But luckily, my Clefable gets that Water Shuriken, and it does not do much at all. So he ends up bringing his Hannah, his Meganium, back out, while I'm just kind of left here, twiddling my thumbs, thinking of what I need to do. So the best thing that I decide is to use my Calm Mind, because the Calm Mind just, raises my special defense, it raises my special attack. That's exactly what I need, because I do know Flamethrower. Now, his Meganium is incredibly bulky, because I do use my Flamethrower, and even though it does enough, it does not really take it out. I mean, it is grass, and so I figured it would just take it out right there, but it's incredibly bulky, like I said, so it does not take it out. The Meganium decides to live for another day. I end up using my Dazzling Gleam, though, and I do take the Hannah out with that. I feel like I just should have used that to begin with, but I didn't want to take the chance of it living like it did when I used my Flamethrower. So, with that being said, he ends up going out into a Stefan, and that's rather unfortunate for me because this is the Magic Bounce Espeon. Now, when he decides to use his Calm Mind, I'm thinking, is this just going to be a duel of the Calm Minds? Because I decided to use my own Calm Mind. The thing is, though, I can take his attacks. It may be a two shot to take me out, but I can take them. Now, like I was saying, it could be just a two-shot, because he ends up using the Psyshock on me, and right there, if he wanted to hit another Psyshock on me, he would take me out. I decided to use my Dazzling Gleam on the Espeon because my special attack does rise, so I knew that was going to do a lot. I wish it would have done more, but I can't be greedy because that did quite a lot. So I ended up going out in my Raticate. Now, I should have used the Sucker Punch. I'm gonna get so much hate for this, but I just should have used my Sucker Punch. I should have. It's a priority. I should have just used it. I wasn't really thinking. I'm not a crappy battler because I don't think of these things, but they, you know, it just sucks that I don't think of them. So my Eradicate decides to die while I go out into my Sharknado. So he ends up going out into his Demetria, his Melodic, and I use my Protect, but it failed only because I do switch in and he decides to switch in, and it was a mess. So although my Protect does fail, I still get my speed boost off, and I decided to use my Crunch on the Melodic. Now the Melodic decides to live, and this thing is bulky. All Melodics basically are. Now my Life Orb Sharknado there. I know who runs a Life Orb Sharknado. Who runs a Life Orb Sharpedo? Who does that? I do that, guys. I do, because I like being the underdog. I like giving folks like that a chance. I like giving them, I like giving them a Life Orb to take away their health so they can have a chance to live, if that makes any sense. But the thing I did not count on was him switching out into his Espeon, because I end up using my Sleep Powder, which does not do a thing at all because it just bounces right back at me, puts me to sleep. Now, with that being said, there's not a whole lot I can do, but I decide to switch. I decide to actually stay in. I don't know what the hell I was saying, but I decided to stay in because I do hold the Sash. And I was thinking, if there is any chance at all, if there is any luck on my side, then I can break through the sleep. Now, unfortunately, I don't, and he brings me down to my Sash. But I was thinking, if I can wake up, then I will outspeed, hopefully, and I will get a Hurricane off or a Quiver Dance. But none of those things even matter because none of those things even work. So I decided to switch out into my Snorlax, because I don't really want my Vivillon going down right this second. So he ends up using the Psyshock on my Snorlax, and I am thick fat, so I am able to live that. He ends up using another Psyshock on me though, which just brings me down more, and that really sucks. But I decided to use my Rest because that comes later. I decided to use my Curse because I know that if I use Curse, I can just take another Psyshock, and then I can use Rest. That's what I was trying to say. So he ends up using the Dazzling Gleam on me, which doesn't do too much because I am cursed, and so my defense does go up. Now, I'm living at 29 HP when I decide to use my Rest, my Chesto Resto. And now that I have all that HP back, if he decided to use another Psyshock, like he's about to do, I am able to live that relatively well. As you see here, he decides to use his Psyshock, and after I use my Curse, I can live that decent. Actually really great. Now, while I am living all of these attacks, his health is going down because of the Life Orb. I do believe it was. It just makes sense if it is a Life Orb anyway. But I decided to use another Curse because I want to just be able to take all these attacks while he just dwindles down. So, he does lose more HP, like I said, from the Life Orb, and I do take him out with a Body Slam. Now, the funny thing is, this right here is, I guess a tiny little Body Slam sweep, maybe, possibly. Who cares, guys? Who cares? So he decides to go out into his Gardevoir, and even though it does use the Moonblast, my special defense is incredibly high, and it does not do too much at all. So I end up getting a Body Slam off and just taking out this Gardevoir. Now, I was really, really happy when I saw that because I did not want that Gardevoir staying in, because that Gardevoir would have done massive damage and everything, so I don't like it. But he ends up going out to his Melodic, and he does end up getting a Scald on me, but I am able to live that, and I am able to get another Body Slam off on... I am able to get another Body Slam, this time on the Melodic, and I am able to take this Melodic out, his Demetria. And with that being said, me being burned is rather unfortunate, because that just dwindles my health down more and more. Because right now I am living at 15 HP. Now he ends up going out into his Hexorus. Hexorus. And the thing is, he does outspeed, and he does get the EQ off on my Snorlax and taking my Snorlax out, but my Snorlax did an incredible job, if I do say so myself, because he is able to take out a couple of his Pokemon with the Body Slam. So I end up going out into my Bronzong while he decides to use a Dragon Dance, predicting, well, not really predicting, but knowing that my Snorlax is gone and I had to switch out, so he had the opportunity to set up. So I end up using the Gyro Ball on the Hexorus, and it does an incredible amount to the Hexorus, just barely taking this thing out. Now, if this Hexorus decides to use an Earthquake or a Dragon Claw or something, I am able to take the Earthquake because I'm not going to be able to get hurt by it at all because I do Levitate. Now, I am able to hit another Gyro Ball off on Irene and take it out. And now, well, now he knows who I am bringing for next time, so he knows that my Bronzong is levitating. So I can't wait to see who he decides to bring in next. Now, he decides to go into his Greninja, and he does use the Night Slash, and I am weak to those kind of moves. Now, like I said, I'm bulky, and I am able to take that. So I decide to use my Earthquake on the Greninja, and I am able to take out, just barely take out the Greninja right there. Now he is faster than my Bronzong, that's the thing. So I decided to switch out because I don't want my Bronzong going down right that second. And I go out into my Vivillon just to sack it off because I know that there's really not much going for my Vivillon right now. And I did get this Vivillon from a friend. I do have a couple more if you guys want any. I can just clone you some or something. So just let me know. So I end up going out into my Clefable because I know my Clefable can take a Water Shuriken. I know that. And I predict that incredibly well. I don't know why I'm talking like this, but I can take that incredibly well. Look at that. And like I was saying, I can need all those up. So I end up using the Dazzling Gleam and take the Greninja out, and that's the game right there. This was a great battle. I had a lot of fun. Hell, I think I just have a lot of fun with all of my battles, but this was a different battle. This was different because I was battling a friend of mine, and I was bringing a different team, and so I think I'm just gonna bring this team more. Like I was saying, I'm still switching in and out between this team and a different team. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the battle. And if you want to battle me, my friend code is in the description. So make sure you find that, and make sure you hit me up. And don't forget to RCS, guys. Rate, comment, and subscribe. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Take care. Peace. What? I forgot something. So, Prince Ryan's link will be in the description if you want to go check him out. Just wink, wink, a little FYI. Take care, guys. Peace.